Good morning out there, everybody. This is Alan with D9jsports. Hey, I hope you guys are having a good start to your Christmas morning. I know that the kids out there, man, they're probably opening those toys up and they're having a good time. Hey, we're right back at it, man. So let's get right into it. First off, I want to tell all my subscribers out there, and for all of you who watch the show all year long, I really appreciate it. For those of you who've been supporting me, from the jump, man. I really do appreciate it. And all of you guys that see me around, telling me how you love the show. Hey, man, it doesn't get any better than that. A lot of times, monetary things that they mean a lot, but when somebody tells you that you're doing a good job and they love the way you're reporting out on things, man, that goes a long way. That goes a long way. So I really appreciate it. And for the rest of you out there who may just be tuning into the show, hey, man, join the 409 community, D9J Sports here. We would greatly appreciate it. And you guys make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on this video. So let's jump right into it. We got several topics that we want to talk about today. And then we're going to let you get to all that good food that you got cooked. And got some football coming on, and we've got some basketball coming on. So let's start off. The very first thing I want to touch on is the same thing everybody's talking about, is the Travis Hunter situation. I don't really get it. I don't really understand it. Why everybody's bashing this young man, him and his girlfriend. Because for me, they're kids, man. They're kids, and everybody's had some things that have happened in their relationship that may be right, may not be right. Okay, it may be going exactly the way they want it to go, but that's their business. And for all of you out there who want to seem to give him some advice on what he should do, let me tell you something. Travis Hunter is not an idiot. Travis Hunter is just a young man. She's a young woman trying to find their way. And for all of you out there who are giving your comments about Travis Hunter and what he's supposed to be doing, and he should break up with her and all that, it's not your place to be doing that. Okay, Travis Hunter, I don't understand why. Travis Hunter's rich already. He has a lot of money already. He's been making good decisions. He's a smart young man. And once again, it's his business. For all of you out there who got your opinion about him, check your own self. Check your own self and make sure that you're right. And Deion Sanders is right there. That should be advice enough for him. That should be advice enough for that young man. And if Deion Sanders can get inside his head, then so be it. But if not, Travis Hunter's a grown man. He's going to do what he wants to do. He's going to do exactly what he wants to do. So next, let's move on. Let's start with the NFL and the MVP race. I want to tell you right now, I think that it should be Saquon Barkley. Now, we know that Josh Allen's playing some tremendous football, and I do mean tremendous football. And I'm one of the people who've been really, really critical of Josh Allen in the past. But I will give kudos. Josh Allen's playing some football. But have we seen it before? Have we seen a quarterback that can pass the football, lead his team, and do those things? Well, of course we have. We've seen so many do it. And it seems like every time you turn around, the award is for a quarterback. Well, I'm here to tell you, just watching it fundamentally, the things that I've seen. What about Joe Burrows? And I know you're out there thinking, what is he talking about? Joe Burrows, even though they're not winning, Joe Burrows is playing he's playing the quarterback position. The way they play it in these modern day times where they're throwing that football, it isn't getting any better than Joe Burrows. And what about the rookie for the Washington Redskins? You want to talk about quarterbacks. He's leading a team. He's leading the team, not like the Buffalo Bills. He's playing some great football. So Josh Allen's doing a great job. And for me, I'm going to tell you right now, Saquon Barkley is toting that football in an era where they're not really running the football. And to think this young man is probably going to break Eric Dickerson's record, he's toting it. He's toting it, although the Philadelphia Eagles always did have a good running game. Nothing like this. There's nothing like this. Because if Saquon gets a crease, you already know it's a house call. So for me, it's going to be Saquon Barkley. And if he continues on and get those few yards that he has left and breaks Eric Dickerson's record, it's going to be hard for him not to say it's going to be him. I don't know if they're still giving out dual MVPs. I would not be surprised at that, because you know how the media is. They're not going to want to settle for just being Saquon Barkley. They're going to try their best to give it out to Josh Allen. And I do understand Josh is playing football, good football. But for me, it is definitely Saquon Barkley. Next up, I want to talk about the NBA and the state of the NBA. Well, the reason I don't watch the NBA, well, there are several reasons why I don't watch the NBA. Number one on my list is, just like everybody else, all they do is jack threes up. They jack threes up. Now, it's okay if I see Steph come down and he shoot a three. Well, yeah, he's the greatest three-point shooter of all time. But you got big men shooting threes. You got everybody shooting threes. And no, doesn't make any sense to me. And that's part of the reason why their numbers are down. Number two on the list for me, the players. They do a lot of talking, ladies and gentlemen. They do a lot of talking, and they haven't won anything. Like Anthony Edwards. I think he's a good player, but he hasn't won anything. He's bashing the referees. He's doing all this. All the while, he's shooting threes. No. And then load management. Well, come on. You pay your hard. You work all week long. And you finally get your kids and your wife and your kids, and you get enough money saved up, and you want to go to the game. And when you get to the game, that star player that your kid may be excited to see, he isn't playing. He isn't playing. Load management. What is that about? Don't get that. That's another reason why I don't watch the NBA. And finally on the list, LeBron James. I like LeBron James. I don't think LeBron James is better than Kobe Bryant. I don't know when he passed Kobe Bryant. But everybody seems in this modern era thinks that not only is he better than Mike, he's better than Kobe. Still haven't figured that one out. For my truth, it is LeBron James could play until he's 60 years old. In my eyes, he's never going to be better than Kobe Bryant, or definitely never going to be better than Michael Jordan. And no matter what he does. I do think that LeBron James has been good for basketball, but at this point, man, sometimes it has to come to an end. And if you're 40 years old, I think he's 40 or whatever he is, and he's still out there running and getting it done, makes you wonder, man. It really does make you wonder. Is he just one of all of the athletes that you've ever seen play that's able to get it done? Man, I'm not going to say it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Next up, the next reason why, and the final reason why I don't watch the NBA is because of college football. College football and football itself is king. And I would much rather watch, I don't know, North Dakota State and whoever's in it. It doesn't matter, North Dakota State or a 3A Division III game than to watch an NBA game with all of the nonsense that goes on. Player getting kicked out, but he really didn't get kicked out because the player flopped. Just doesn't make any sense to me. College football playoffs. Did the committee get it right? Well, no. They did not get it right. And I know that it doesn't matter whether they had 20 teams in there, 12 teams, 20 teams, 60 teams. Somebody's going to have a complaint. But I'm here to tell you, those games last weekend were atrocious. They were atrocious. The SMU Mustangs, they looked like they could not be. It was so overwhelming for them. And their quarterback, I don't care how good he played during the regular season, it was overwhelming for them. Clemson, Texas easily handled Clemson. Those games right there were not right. I still haven't figured it out. And Indiana, no. So the committee has a lot of work that they have to do to try to get it situated, moving on into next season. Now we've got the games coming up that are going to be the teams are going to be trying to continue on their journey to get to the championship game. I think it's going to be some of the same. I think it's going to be some of the same. Not as bad as blowouts, but I think it's going to be some of the same. In the end, for me, I think that it's going to be, as crazy as it may sound to a lot of you out there, I think it's going to be the Georgia Bulldogs or the Oregon Ducks. Georgia Bulldogs, Oregon Ducks, or the Ohio State Buckeyes, or the Texas Longhorns. One of those teams right there will win it all. That's just my opinion, and it's Christmas Day, and once again, it's my show, so my opinion is what counts. Next up, let's talk about a little boxing. So Alexander Usyk beat the Gypsy Man again. Now they're saying that Alexander Usyk isn't one of the greatest heavyweights ever. Well, I'm a little bit confused by that. Now, just a year or so ago, they were saying that Tyson Fury was one of the greatest heavyweights ever. But Alexander Usyk beat him twice. But now he's not one of the greatest ever. So at least boxing consistent, because you don't never know what's going to happen or what they're going to say. So what's next for the Gypsy Man? I don't know. I don't know, because if he gets out there and he fights again, say for instance, if he happens to fight Anthony Joshua and he loses to Anthony Joshua, it's really going to put a tank on his career as far as I'm concerned. The smaller guys, Canelo versus Terrence Bud Crawford. They said that that's in the making. I think it'll be a good fight. I love Bud Crawford. I really do love Bud Crawford, but I'm here to tell you, I think that if Canelo's not fighting outside of that division, if he's fighting light heavyweights, no, he probably won't beat them. But the only person that I would think that in the lower levels that would really beat him is the person that we've seen he doesn't box anymore, and that's Floyd Money Mayweather. I think that in Bud's last fight, the young man that he fought was a great fighter, and he didn't have a lot of fights. And did he get Bud trouble? Okay, well, kind of, but Bud beat him. I just think that the power that Canelo has at some point is going to catch up with Bud. Now, could I be wrong? Of course I could, because Bud Crawford can box. I'm here to tell you, Bud Crawford can box, man, and he's one of the greatest of all time. I definitely hope that there's no hangups or no hiccups. I definitely want to see it. I really do want to see it, because it's going to give Bud Crawford a chance to. Can his legacy be? Would it define his legacy? No. Would it enhance his legacy if he beats Canelo? Well, you better believe it. You better believe it. Would it hurt Canelo's legacy if he loses to Bud Crawford? Well, yeah, you better believe that too, because that means that he'll be done lost to Floyd Mayweather. He'll be done lost, and I'm not talking about when he lost to the bigger guys, but he'll be done lost to Floyd Mayweather, and he'll be done lost to Bud Crawford. So yeah, I think that would hurt him. But in the end, I think that he would definitely get it done. I think that Canelo would definitely beat him when it gets to the crunch. Okay. So once again, this is Alan with D9jsports, man. I know that you guys out there are going to have a good time today and over this holiday season. We've got those games coming up, man. We got some pro football today. It's getting to club. We got 2 games to go before the regular season over with. I'm going to tell you right now, do I think that the Kansas City Chiefs can get it done? I think that at some point, I love Pat. I love Andy and the boys, but I think that at some point, man, until I see a three-peat, then I'm going to say no. Now, I know somebody's got to knock the champ off, but until I see it, I would say no. I will tell you that I think it's going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens in the Super Bowl. That's what I think is going to happen. The Detroit Lions versus the Baltimore Ravens. And I think that in the end, Lamar Jackson will get it done for us this year. I think that Lamar Jackson will get it done this year. But hey, when the playoffs start, that the Baltimore Ravens, they run the football. They may not come out and run the ball not anytime like they did last season, but it's yet to be seen. And high school football definitely was a great year of high school football. I was able to, as you guys seen the videos, to go up and to watch some of the playoff games, and they were incredible, man. Carthage Bulldogs and Coach Surrett, they got it done again. The Woodville Eagles made it to the state championship, and I want to tell all of the Woodville Eagles, of course, most of you know me and know I trained the quarterback for the Woodville Eagles, and he's done a great job. He's just a sophomore. For all you college scouts out there, I'm telling you, you better head to Woodville, Texas, because they got some players. And remember this, ladies and gentlemen, that I said it here first. At 8 a.m. on Christmas Day in 2024. In 2 years, the quarterback for the Woodville Eagles, Luke Babin, will be one of the top rated, if not the top rated high school quarterback in the nation. You just remember that I said it here first on D9J Sports. So to all of you out there, let's remember, it's been a good year of sports. We've got a lot of things coming up. And let's appreciate what we're getting. Stay in our own lane. Let's stay in our own lane. Mind our business. Enjoy the day. And just remember, sports is what brings us all together. It brings us all together. This is Alan with D9J Sports. Until next time, I'm definitely out.